when you're ready for me to start.
Okay. I think we can be ready. So what I'll do is just mute everyone and then keep Erin on and make it to where you can only see Erin's screen. So
Cool. All right. So let's start back in a comfortable seated position. Let's sit there. Let's push the reset button here. And again, you know, find your sit bones. Let's take a couple of big deep breaths here. And open your mouth, let it go. And let's try that again. And this time stick out your tongue and really open your eyes. We're going to do a lion's breath. So big inhale. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. When we breathe like that, that releases our parasympathetic nervous system. And we go from fight, flight to rest, relax, and digest. So just simple deep breathing can diffuse a lot of situations if we can just remember to do that. So let's do that one more time. Let it go. And then let's come back to tabletop, because I think that's the last place we were. I'm not sure. But stack your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, okay? And always modify. If you notice, I have a bolster here. I have an extra mat. I have blocks. Use the tools so that you can get in alignment. So here we are in tabletop. And let's do cat-cow. So you begin with cow, lift your head, lift your neck. Fill your belly with air, and then when you exhale, you round your spine, drop your head, and exhale your belly button up towards your spine. And then we're just going to do that movement with breath. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat. And all we're doing here is warming up our spine. Now, this is a really fun pose. If you want to take organic movement with this, you can make it a deep inhale to cow, and then maybe exhale, cat, inhale, cow, just whatever feels good. We're just warming up our spine. And let's do about 3 or 4 more cat-cows. Just move with your breath. One more cat-cow. And then breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. And inhale your right arm up, left leg back, and come into bird dog on your right. And you might hear some pops and some cracks. Breathe into your core. And then reach around and grab the bottom of your foot for a bind, if that's in your practice. If that doesn't work, then don't bind. And just breathe. One more breath here. Release the bind and come into tabletop. Breath in. Let it go. And then come into bird dog on your left. So your left arm goes out in front of you and your right leg goes behind you. Being mindful that both sides of your body are a little different. Grab a bind if it's in this, if it feels good on this side. And embrace that diversity within your body. One more breath in. Release the bind slowly. Come back to tabletop. Breathe in. And on your exhale, slowly come up to, excuse me, down dog. And since this is your first down dog, paddle your feet, wag your tail, and really breathe. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Push your chest back towards your shins. Breath in, breath out. Again, inhale. And when you're empty, exhale. Walk your hands back to your feet. I'll come back here to the middle. And then let's do an inhale and a forward fold. You can go forward fold here or forward fold here. But you want a flat back. And then when you exhale, exhale your belly in and up. Drop your head. And now let's slowly inhale and sweep up. And again, take your time. We're not in any hurry. Maybe a slight back bend if it's in your practice. And exhale, fold. If you need to widen your stance a little bit, rest your belly on your thighs, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Sweep up. Hands to heart center. And set your intention here. I'll come this way. This point, set your intention. One word or phrase. Something you'd like to see more of in your practice. Or maybe in your life. And if you get lost during your practice, you can always come back to your intention. Now inhale your arms up and fold. Halfway lift, ragdoll pose. So again, widen your stance, bend your knees, grab your elbows, and let your head hang. And sway side to side. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. And just breathe here. Feel the stretch. I feel mine up in my glutes. That's where I'm kind of tight. If it feels better to drop your hands to the mat, you're welcome to do that. It's always yogi's choice. You always honor your body. One more inhale here in ragdoll. Long exhale. Hands to the mat. And walk back to down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Come into high plank. And you can always modify. Come to your knees. We'll be here for just a second. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. And then come back to down dog. Breath in. Breath out. honor your body, come into high plank, and again, you can always modify, and then lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Place your hands on top of each other and bring your forehead to your hands. And take time to root into your mat with your belly. Really connect. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Release that lower spine. You want a little deeper stretch, you can take your knees mat width distance. And now, let's come up to, on your next inhale, Sphinx pose. So bend your elbows and think about what this Sphinx looks like. Bring the tops of your feet flat on your mat. And I like to take my hands and just give it a little bit of pressure to push up just a little bit. This is just a little bit of a back bend. If you want more of a back bend, you're welcome to come up to Cobra or stay right here. But let's just breathe. Breath in, breath out. Again, breathe in. Connect with that breath. Invite it in. Exhale. Last one in Sphinx pose. And then lower all the way down and bring your hands to the bottom of your rib cage. Your feet are still in the same spot, flat on the mat. Bring your shoulders down, elbows in. Let's take a cleansing breath here, a reset breath. Breath in, breath out. And on your next inhale, inhale your head, your neck, and your chest for baby cobra. It's not a big move. And while you're here, stay in your breath. Don't hold your breath. One more breath in. Exhale all the way down. Let's do that one more time, baby cobra. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. One more. And then exhale all the way down. And bring your arms out to a T. Forehead to the mat. Breath in. Breath out. Now I'm going to start with my left so you can see me the first time. Like I said, it doesn't matter which side you do first because we're going to do both. But with your arms at a T, roll to your left side body. Okay? And this can look a number of ways. I like to take a block. Are y'all still there? Hello, Stacy.
Hi.
Have y'all lost me?
I was just able to get back in, so.
Oh, okay. Well, Stacy's back in. Yay. Hi, Stacy. Okay.
Hi.
So, we're going to roll to our left side body. I like to have a block underneath my head because that keeps my spine in alignment. You can grab a bind. Oh, that feels good. That stretches your front thigh. It stretches my shoulder. If that's not working for you, you can put one foot flat or you can put I don't know if I can get there, both feet flat, or just like this. This is just a shoulder stretch. We're just stretching our shoulders. And like I said, if you want to add a bind to it, it's okay to challenge yourself and find your edge. But if it's painful, please come out of a pose, because pain is a good indicator that maybe you've gone too far. Couple more breaths here. And now slowly, wherever you are, I'm going to release my bind and roll back to my belly. And let's bend our knees and windshield wiper our knees back and forth, back and forth. And then this time I'm going to roll to my right side body. And again, I like my block. Grab a bind if it feels good. Maybe it doesn't feel good on this side. Try something different. Just stay in your breath. One more breath here. Slowly release your bind or wherever you are. Come back to center. Breath in. Breath out. Take your knees mat width distance apart. And just windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Back and forth. And then plant your hands underneath your shoulders and come back to child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees wide. Come into child's pose, breath in, breath out. Now inhale, come up just a little bit on your inhale, and inhale your right arm up toward the ceiling, and then thread it through underneath your left arm. Thread the needle. And again, this is one of those really cool poses where you can do different things. You can have your palm up or your palm down. You can keep your left arm out straight, or you can grab a half bind. If I'm grabbing a half bind, I like to come down on my cheek a little bit more. But once you find that spot, then hang there and breathe. Let's take about 3 breaths here on this side. One more breath here. And now, wherever you are, come back to child's pose, come back to center. Breath in, breath out. And thread the needle on your left. So you're going to come up, bring your left arm up toward the ceiling, and thread it through underneath your right. And the reason you do that is I don't want your arms up here where you're kind of choking yourself. Try to bring your arm down more towards your chest. And again, palm up, palm down. Where does this pose land on this side? And you're welcome to grab a bind here. Two more breaths on this side. And then come back to child's pose. Breath in, breath out. Curl your toes and come up to down dog. We're going to take a couple breaths here in down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, breath in, let it go. And then slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Sweep your arms all the way up. Take your feet mat width distance apart. I'll show you from the side and then here. And then come into Malasana squat. However you get there. Now, if you need a block, you're welcome to use a block. Just whatever works for you. And once you're here in Malasana squat, sit up. Try not to dump down into your hips. Elongate your spine, soft neck. Root into your feet. And now breathe. Two more breaths here. And try and find some gratitude. Come into some gratitude here. There's always something to be grateful for. Wherever you are, come down to your booty. It doesn't have to be pretty. Nobody's looking. You got a beautiful body anyway. It's taking you through this practice. That is a cool thing. So, legs out in front of you long. I like to point my toes. If you notice, I will point my toes back toward my shins. That's called a dorsiflex. And what that does is help stretch my feet here and my hamstrings. If you want to try it, knock yourself out. It's a little move that really kind of intensifies the pose. So inhale your arms up. And then we're going to lead with our chest. Hinge at our hips. And then when you get as far as you can go, then fold over it. You might get here, you might get here, you might get here. Seated forward fold. Take it where you want it to go. One more breath here. And then slowly come up out of the fold, walk your hands up, and then come into a comfortable seated position. And I'm going to turn myself around this way because everybody seemed to like the neck rolls and the shoulder. I guess we're all tight up here. So let's come into a comfortable seated position and give our neck and our shoulders a little more love here. So you can inhale your right arm up and just gently bring your hand over to the left side of your head. And don't do anything really hard, just gently kind of pull your right ear to your right shoulder. Now, if you want to intensify the pull, you can take your hand from your knee down to the mat. And then again, you feel that stretch a little bit longer. I don't know, that feels good. And just breathe. But again, don't force it, just gentle. And I hope you can see my hand, but see my hand's not, it's very soft and light. And just breathe. One more breath here. Release your right hand. Now inhale your left arm up and put it over the right side of your head. And again, remembering each side is different. Keep your straight posture and just breathe. Now inhale your left arm down. And now we're going to do just a little bit of a side stretch. So inhale your right arm up and just come over. And if you want to intensify it, you can go further down on your left arm, all the way down to your elbow. Just feel. In fact, if you're down on your elbow, I kind of push so that my right side pushes out. Feels good. Be playful with your yoga practice. It's okay. It's kind of fun. Now, inhale back to center, and we're going to do the same thing. Yes. And breathe. And now come back to center. And I'm going to move back this way. Bend your knees and bring them into your chest now. And then roll back one vertebrae slowly at a time. Engage your abdominal muscles. And then when you get here, let's take a deep breath here. Really let your feet splay out to the side. Let your arms hang loose and big inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Doesn't that feel good? Let's do that again. Inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. And now, let's take our strap. Whatever you're using at home is fine. You can use a tie or a belt. I just happen to have a scarf. And we're going to loop the scarf. Let me show you that. You're going to loop the scarf over the bottom of your left foot or your right foot, either one. And your opposite leg is straight. Now you can take your arms into the strap and stretch this way. You can do a head hammock. Ouch. Whatever works. Maybe not. But wherever you are and whatever you're doing, just stay in your breath. Make your exhales a little bit longer. If you can do that, then you'll find that your bends and your twists are a little bit deeper. And your folds. Let's do this for about 2 more breaths. Now, take your strap into your right hand and take your right leg to the right. And you want to try to keep your left hip flat on the mat if possible. So it's not so much about getting your foot to the floor as it is that inner rotation in your thigh. And then look over your opposite shoulder. Utilize your leg muscles as much as possible. Remember, the strap is just a guide. And breathe. One more breath here on this side. Now, utilizing your leg muscles, slowly inhale your right leg back to center. And then you can take the strap in your left hand and take your right leg to the left. Now, this is I love this. This is my kryptonite, this twist. It helps with your sciatic. So if you have sciatica, this feels great. Now, look over your opposite shoulder and breathe. And do a little body scan. Come back to your intention. Where are you holding tension? Send it some breath. One more. Now, inhale your right leg back to center. Release your strap. And bring your right knee into your chest. Really squeeze it down. And do some ankle rolls. Roll to the left. Roll to the right. And again, you might hear your ankle pop and crack. Fan your toes. And when you hug your knee into your chest, try to snuggle your shoulders down on the mat so that you're flat on the mat. So that you get that fold in your hips. Now replace your right leg flat on the mat. And we're going to do that same sequence with your left leg. So take your strap and loop it over the bottom of your left foot. And then take your stretch. And breathe. Two more breaths here on this side. Now, take the strap into your left hand, and we're going to take our left leg to the left. Be mindful of the differences of your body. For some reason, I have a hard time on this side. This is just, I feel off. I haven't found that sweet spot. And that's okay. Just keep trying. You'll find it. I'll find it. Just breathe. And if you have a bolster or a block, if this feels good, then utilize all your tools that you have. One more breath here. Now inhale your left leg, using your leg muscles slowly. Then take the strap into your right hand and take your twist. And look over your opposite shoulder. Oh, that feels so good. I hope it feels as good for you as it does for me. And breathe. One more breath here. Inhale your left leg back to center slowly. Release the strap and bring your left knee into your chest. And breathe. Really squeeze it down. Snuggle your shoulders into your mat and do some ankle rolls. Roll to the left. Roll to the right. Hey, Bailey. Hey, Bailey. Yeah, thank you. Fan your toes. Now bring both knees into your chest and maybe rock back and forth, back and forth. And then rock and roll the length of your mat several times. And then come up to down dog, however you can get there. Breath in, breath out. Now we're setting up to do half pigeon, and I'm going to show you several different ways. You can inhale your right leg high and bring it through underneath. Now I like to get my leg, like my bent leg like this, and then I will ooch, that's a yoga term, my straight leg back. So that gives me more of an angle. If there's too much room between the mat and your hip, use a block. If this is too much, you can do deer pose. And I'll show you, I don't know, let's see. I'm going to turn around here. So this is deer pose, okay? And then you would fold over. You can also do half pigeon on your back. This is a great pose, and there are several different ways to do it. And if you have a wall space right here, half pigeon on your back, just put your foot, your bent knee foot up against a wall and use that. And that's a great, great half pigeon. So anyway, let's take a collective breath. Breath in, breath out, and come into half pigeon on your right. Whatever that means to you. I like to take a breath here, and then I fold as I exhale. And get comfortable because we're going to be here for a little while. Stay in your breath. Keep breathing in and out. In and out. This pose might be a little intense because it is a hip opener and we carry a lot of stress in our hips. So really breathe into it. Three more breaths on this side. Plant your hands on your mat underneath your shoulders and slowly come up out of half pigeon. Breath in, breath out. And then bring your left leg around for cow face. And again, I'm going to turn around so you can see me this way. The goal is for both. This is a both hip stretch. I like to grab the tops of my feet and kind of pull a little bit to get a little bit deeper stretch. Now, if you're good with this and you want to fold forward, you're welcome to do that too. Again, be playful, you know, just see, even if you just go this far. Okay, so I went this far, cool. Who knows, next time you might go a little further. One more breath. And then unwind and come back into down dog. Breath in, breath out. Left leg half pigeon, whatever that looks like to you, go there. And once you find your sweet spot, take a big inhale and then exhale, fold. Five more breaths here. And slowly come back up, plant your hands underneath your shoulders. And then bring your right leg around for cow face. And again, whatever that looks like to you. It's not so much what it looks like. How does that feel to you? And breathe. And now slowly unwind. Keep your knees bent, feet flat on the mat. And then roll down one vertebrae at a time. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. And now come into Supta Konasana, supine butterfly. So soles of the feet together, knees wide. One hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And really invite in your breath. Big belly breath. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. That is all you. Connect to it. Two more breaths here. Slowly bring your knees together to touch. And windshield wiper them back and forth, back and forth. And then come into happy baby. So happy baby, you can grab the bottoms of your feet. You can grab the backs of your calves, backs of your thighs. Again, whatever that feels like to you. And then I like to rock back and forth. And then take your block or your bolster, whatever you have, and bring it underneath your sacrum. So your sacrum is basically your butt bone. Just make sure that it's not on your spine. And then bring your legs up high. You can do what you want with your hands. This pose is great for right before bed because it gives your heart a rest. It slows down your heartbeat. It releases the gravitational pull on your body. It promotes calm and rest. You can do this in your bed with your feet up against the wall. Just breathe. One more breath here. maybe 2. Feels pretty good. And then release the block. Now, the next pose we're going to do is called supported fish. Now, you can use a block or you can use a bolster. These blocks I have at home are kind of hard, so they're not my favorites, but your legs are straight out in front of you. I like to kind of point my toes. All right, bend your elbows. And then come back to where your shoulder blades are in between, or the block's in between your shoulder blades. Okay. And then let your head hang back. And again, you can do this if you have a pillow or a blanket. But we had to do fish pose. And it is an intense chest opener. It opens up your heart chakra. And breathe. And wherever you are, slowly roll off the block or the bolster. Be flat on your mat. Bring your knees into your chest and twist to the right. And look over your opposite shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. And breathe. Now inhale your knees back to center and then twist to the left. And again, look over your opposite shoulder. And then come back to center. Now, if there is a pose that I have not gone over that you need, feel free to take it now. Otherwise, come into Shavasana or final resting. So you're going to lay flat on your mat. I like to lay with my arms out and my palms up. So I'm open to receiving and giving. And then splay your feet out. I have no idea what time it is. And come back to a normal breath. And do a little body scan here. Check in and see how you're feeling now compared to how you felt when you first stepped on your mat. Always remember your mat's a safe spot. That's your safe zone. slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring slight movement back into your body. Take a big inhale and stretch your arms up over your head. Point your toes. Yes. And then roll to your right side body. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And thank your body for taking you through the practice today. Come up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes closed. Inhale your arms up over your head. Hands to heart center. Let's take one cleansing breath here. Big inhale. Now open your mouth, let it go. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. And together we say, Namaste, yogis. TGIF, happy Friday. Yay. So how was that?
That was great.
It was great.
That's great. That was fun. That was really fun. This is my first Zoom class on Zoom.
Well, you did
So,
great. Thank you everyone for sticking with us. It was really great to finish out the morning like that. And I appreciate everyone being here today.
yes, it was good to see everybody.
And then
Let me know.
we'll have 2 classes next week, and this time contact Hannah for the login information and password. We're going to do password protected Zoom videos now, and sending everyone big hugs. Thank you so much for
Big hugs.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Erin.